Hi everyone. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about letting go, because I did a couple of videos recently about magical thinking and about really calling in the powerful creator within you and being able to walk away from situations that are not really your truth, to end that pattern of magical thinking. And of course that then brings up for people that immense pain and that huge block and resistance to being able to walk away from something, to letting go of something that means so much to us, whether it's a relationship, someone that you love, even if they're not the right person for you, it's not the right situation for you. You know, you can still really absolutely love the person. And of course, you know, a lot of that is about attachment. Or whether it's a dream or a project or something, it's incredibly difficult to let go of these things because they become so much a part of us, and our lives and our energy fields become so intertwined. So of course, you know, given that you are able to love yourself enough, which is another topic, but given that you are able to fully love yourself enough and you hold yourself in enough high regard and enough self-belief and trust of your inner knowing to realize that you need to move on from something, I just wanted to share a little bit about ways to help you do that. Obviously, it's a matter of just working through that pain and finding the courage within and calling on your friends and stuff like that. But there's a few other points that I wanted to bring. So one point that is massively overlooked, completely underestimated, especially for empathic people, is that a lot of the pain that we can feel, even in contemplating leaving somebody, whether that's, again, a personal relationship or you know, people that you're working with on a project, for instance. So, like, a big proportion of that pain can actually be you holding the other person's pain for them. So you know that it's going to hurt them. You know that they're going to go through pain and disappointment and sadness and grief and, you know, feel all of these emotions. And as an empathic person, we want nothing less than for the people that we love to feel pain. You know, it's almost unbearable to us that people that we love are feeling pain, and as natural healers we want to help them, and especially if it's come from you, that they're going to be hurt by you because you're going to be leaving them. It's far more painful to us than the pain that we will feel upon leaving them. But it's almost, unless you're aware of how that dynamic is working, you will be completely ignorant of the fact, and you will just feel all of this pain, and it's not even yours, and you will not know it. So you can see how, you know, this is probably happening quite a lot with a lot of people, because there are a lot of empaths out there, and certainly the people that you could say I would probably appeal to in these videos are empathic, healer, high frequency, spiritual people. So a massive part of moving beyond that is to become aware of that, and just with your intention, just let go of any responsibility for what that other person is feeling, because we know, all of us really know, that it is not our responsibility to carry another person's emotions or reactions to how we're being, or reactions to anything, because everybody is on their own journey. And when you take someone's pain for them, you prevent their own journey from unfolding. You kind of interfere with the divine plan. You're interfering with that soul's journey. You're not helping anybody, in fact. It's different to if somebody asks you for help because they're taking ownership of it, and then it's therefore a part of their own journey to work through that consciously and to have asked for help and go on a conscious journey with it. But if you're just taking it from them without them even having first realized that they have it, all you're doing is damaging yourself and interfering with their soul's journey. And it's happening in much more prevalent ways than just in this particular example. It's something that I really want to go into, this energy sharing dynamics, which is still relatively unspoken of, even in spiritual circles. So that's a major thing, that first of all, even in contemplating it, you can then be like uncontrollably crying and feeling all this sadness. And of course, then when you're actually separating, that becomes even more intensified. So the advice there is to really be aware of whether this is yours. And you only fully know that if you just, with your intention, just send their energy away. Just drop it, just with your intention. You can even say the affirmation, their pain is not my responsibility. And just let it go. And I guarantee that a lot of you, a lot of the time, will feel a tremendous weight lift from your being. And all of a sudden, it won't feel so painful anymore. So that's one big thing. Another thing is to be aware of, it's kind of just having that compassionate understanding of the fact that the reason why something can feel so painful in letting go is because even if it's one aspect of your life, like a relationship or a project, it's part of the fabric of your whole life. And so when you're walking away from some aspect of your life that has been quite important in your life, it's like your whole life is ending. And I know that people have that feeling, they're walking away from a relationship and it's like their whole life is ending. And it's because it is. Your life as you know it is ending. And we can't see what's on the other side, we can't see that yet. It would be a completely different story if we could see it, feel it, touch it, taste it, be experiencing that timeline in tandem with the one that you're letting go of. But because we can't, it's just like a black hole, and all you can feel is that your life is ending. But when you become aware of that it's not like you're feeling this pain over leaving this person because you should still be with that person, or it's not just about that person. It's because it's that grief, that loss over your life as you know it. And there's just nothingness, there's just emptiness on the other side. But then in becoming aware, and again, affirmations in this way can be really, really useful, because you can then just keep bringing into awareness the fact that there's this beautiful life on the other side. There are these unknown potentials on the other side. Your life is ending as you know it, but you're moving into more life. There's more life, because that is the truth. So it's staying focused on the truth rather than that fear of pure ending. And part of that is also like really having faith that what you are losing is to be replaced by something that you're gaining. Because we can get so drawn into the pain of what you're losing that that's all you can focus on. It's just, I'm losing something, I'm losing this person, I'm losing this love, I'm losing that piece of enjoyment or beauty in my reality. And when this has happened to me before, in one particular example that I can think of, I would sort of switch into a higher consciousness state, and the message that I would get coming to me was, you are losing nothing. In truth, you are losing nothing. You have only to gain. And so what I'm talking about here is really it's cutting out all of the unnecessary bits of pain, like stripping away all of the things that cause you unnecessary pain. All of the, the other person's energy, or these kind of beliefs or stories that you have running in your head. So strip all of that away first, and then you just get left with the pure essence of the pain that is left underneath. What you're really genuinely grieving, like that person that you're letting go of, that project that you're letting go of, or whatever. And then it becomes about what to do with that pain, how to be with that pain. And there's a lot of advice out there about that, the stages of grief and so on. But what I want to bring to this, which feels really important to me, is that people are so afraid of pain. They run away from it all the time. And when you're running away from pain, it just becomes this underlayer of melancholic kind of dampening energy that just corrupts your entire experience of life. Like it's a kind of depression. When pain is repressed, it becomes like a low-lying depression. And to me, from my experience, the worst kind of pain ever is when you're actually still trying to hold on to something. When it's like, that you need to let go, but you really don't want to, and a part of you is still really holding on. You're holding on to something that is inevitably going to go away. And it's excruciating. That resistance that you create is excruciating. And so what I found is that actually what is really beautiful is just letting your heart literally just break open. Just willingly, just really consciously being present to the process and just opening and just letting go and just letting your heart shatter. And it's like there's like this beautiful kind of expansion that comes with it, of just like, it's like a bird opening its wings and just letting out all that pain, letting it fully breathe, releasing it fully from the cells of your body, and just allowing like this cleansing to happen. And it's still really painful, but it carries this greater beauty to embrace it. And these days, when something painful happens and I have to let go, I kind of almost like can't wait to have that moment alone in a space where I can fully go into my pain. Like I actually really embrace it now. It feels really good, actually. Obviously the pain doesn't really feel good, but it feels really good to fully embrace it and just go all out, just into that pain. Just really feel it all, not thinking about it, just really feeling it until it's gone, at least for 10 minutes or 20 minutes or or maybe until the next day. But that's a way of like getting it out, by fully embracing it. So clear your energy. Don't take on the other person's energy, because it's an interference. Affirmations. I'm losing nothing, I'm gaining something. My life is on the other side of this, and I'm stronger than I think. Things like that. And just let yourself open, be present consciously. Allow yourself open to that pain. My heart is with you. Much love.